Now, Devan, he's one of our art of living teachers and an amazing, amazing person. He organizes satsangs in the Bay Area. And he has lovely children and a wonderful wife who couldn't be here today. He's come with a friend though, so I'm so glad that you're here, Devan. And so Devan's going to talk about a very special school in Mumbai. It's the school in Dharavi, one of the biggest slums in the world. There's an art of living school right in the middle of one of the biggest slums in the world. So let's hear about this.
Thank you, Usha. How are you all doing? Good. I hope the food hasn't put you in food coma. It's dangerous talking about anything after you've had lunch, because once that happens, you might fall asleep. So let's talk about Dharavi. How many of you are familiar with Dharavi? Good. Good. So a little bit for those who have not heard about Dharavi, it is the largest slum in India, covering about 1 million individuals by some reports. So it's actually very, very large. It's considered actually one of the largest slums in the world. It's really humongous. And I'll show you some pictures. And if you're not familiar with it, you might be if you've seen Slumdog Millionaire. So if you've actually watched the movie, you've had some experience with Dharavi. And in fact, some of the kids in the movie come from Dharavi. So you've had some experience with it. Now, a couple of pictures to kind of give you an idea what Dharavi is like. It's just a tad bit dirty. It's a tad bit crowded. And the sanitation is not all that great, right? So that gives you kind of a context of what this situation in Dharavi is like. And we walked in, and we walked into the school, this being the welcome sign, right? And what we felt like was it was an oasis. It was clean. Now compare this picture to the pictures that I've just shown. It was clean, and it literally is an oasis. There was love, there was care, and it showed everywhere that we talked to people. And it's small. This is the entire school, right? Because Bombay in itself, as you know, it doesn't have a lot of real estate. So this is the entire school there, right? And it's an oasis filled with a lot of heart. And I don't know if you can see what's written there, and I'll read it out to you. This was the principal's office on the left here. When you have pure heart and clear intention, nothing can deter you and nature will support you. And this is the intention that the teachers and the principal have at this particular school. It's really kind of heart-wrenching that they walk in every day knowing that they're serving the children there. They're not there to make a dime. They're there for the only purpose to take care of the kids. And even some of the classes you'll see, Welcome to the Eden of Love. It just felt there was so much love as we walked in, from the chaos, the hustle and bustle of the slum, people running around, animals, the bad smell, all of this, and you walk into this school and there's silence, there's quiet, there's respect, there's cleanliness, and there's a lot of love and heart. It was amazing. This school started with 40 students, and I think that's about maybe 5 years back or 6 years back. Forgive me, I don't know the statistics off the top of my head, but there are about 400 students today with a long waiting list. And each of these kids are sponsored for by folks like you. They're not asked to pay a single penny. They're completely sponsored by us here in the US and other parts of the world. And there's a waiting list. Their parents want their children to go to the school. There's just not enough space here, right? So it's to the max, it's to capacity. And what I found, that all the classes were taught in English. So they're preparing these children for the modern world. They're not preparing them to just move a few steps ahead. They're really preparing them to how to adjust in this world. So we spoke to them in English. because my Hindi, if you know me, is pretty terrible. So it was amazing that they could communicate so easily and so well in English with us, which I found refreshing. Right? A few more pictures. Smiles all around. Again, if you ever visit Dharavi, you'll understand just the joy of those smiles. And you can see it in their faces. They love being in the school. This is, for them, their life. They love being in this environment. And with lots of heart, right? We were there for no more than a few hours, but we felt that like we were so connected to them. But this is only possible through your support. Unfortunately, there's a video here that I can't play, but they actually jump up and say, "We love California." It's actually really adorable. It's really adorable. And then they say, "Jai Gurudev," and they're just jumping up with excitement and love. So when we walked in, they approached us, they talked to us, they were curious about us. They wanted to know. They was very inquisitive, and it just didn't feel strange at all. Right? And I encourage you to visit, to really, if you have a chance, go and see this from your own eyes. You'll see your money in action. You know, what you could do in spending maybe for a few meals, you can sponsor a child for an entire year. Like $300. To be honest, if you go out a few times a month for a meal, that's $300. I don't think that's a tremendous amount. And you take care of one child for the entire year. I think we can all do that. And you compare this is my last slide, I'm going to get off my soapbox, excuse me. If you compare this to going back to this, where this child could be walking in the middle of the slums, in the middle of garbage, doing nothing, aimlessly, not knowing what life will unfold for her, to that's what $300 buys this child, which is, in my opinion, for us here, not a tremendous amount. Okay? Thank you.